Welcome, welcome, race fans. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV. Let me know you can hear me out there in TV land. I think I've got everything set correctly. We are live on the air with Bigg Wizurd TV. We are watching some racing action from the Procraft Formula 1 series here on YouTube. Gonna make sure everything's working right. Yep, it looks like it. It looks like it's working right. So we're alive, we're running, we're live, we're here, and we'll see if you're here. A little early tonight on the broadcast. I wanted to go just double check everything. I've been having some issues with my streaming because I tried to crank it up a little and it hasn't been able to keep up. So we're gonna do a little 1080p tonight instead of the 1440. We'll see if maybe we can get back to that soon. Some setting changes. We've still got about 30 minutes left in the practice session. So we've got plenty of time to talk about what's been going on, and what's been going on is a lot. We have a lot that's been going on today, this week, and actually today in the Procraft Formula 1 series. Now, last week, we saw some really great racing with a bunch of cars over there at COTA. Our illustrious leader was missing, but a lot of cars still made it to the track. But the outcome of the race was changed due to some off tracks. Now, there was a bunch of off tracks at the race last week, and some penalties came down. So I wanted to hit those real quick. We'll read those from the league and see if I can make this cool and show some of it on the screen. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. But we had three or four. Looks like 3 letters came out after the Grand Prix last week. And see if this works. It works, but you can't see it. Windows 11 trying to be Windows 11. All right, the stewards handing out the penalties. Luke Peters, who's our on-track race winner last week, gets a 1-lap penalty for exceeding track limits over 40 times on the track limits. So that was a harsh penalty. And then one of the drivers was actually disqualified from the race altogether and got no points because of off-track. Not sure if that's why we're a little light on drivers tonight, but hey, we're going to run here at Barcelona. We're running live racing action. You can see them in the background here. I'm running around. But we only have 7 drivers so far on the server. Christian Bishop is out in front with the quickest time so far, the 1:18.9. Chris Springer, Adam Novotny, Morgan Teggy. Morgan ended up being the race winner last week, but the stewards in the league made those decisions last week, and they are final. That is it. That is the race announcement. So last week's winner here on the stream was penalized, and Morgan Teggy gets his first win. Now with that, let's see what that does, because that is what I wanted to talk about today. That is what changed the series a little bit. Let me see if I can get my twoleagues.com. You can get all the information from the Procraft Formula 1 series by going to the website, twoleagues.com. That's TWOLEAGUS, twoleagues.com. Standings now for the Procraft Formula 1 iRacing series puts Morgan Teggy, with that victory last week, puts him at the top of the chart. He is now leading with 156 points over former leader Christian Bishop with 149. So 7 points separate the lead. They've both had 5 starts for the season. There's been 6 races, but the 2 of them have 5 starts each. And Morgan is currently out front by just 7 points. Now, 7 points is the difference between first and second in one of these races. So if Christian finishes first tonight and Morgan finishes second, there you go. There's your gap, right back to 0. So definitely tight racing tonight, tight series. This will be interesting. Chris Springer with 142, also right there in the hunt, just 14 points off the lead. Leader, let me see if they have points. I think they do. We'll go back to the last week's race results and see if I can get some Circuit of the Americas. I'm pretty sure the leader gets extra points here. Where are you? Results? No results. You have to know how to get them. Standing stats, schedules, rules and regs, homes. There's no results page. Christian, there's no results link on the website. If you go to the schedule, you should be able to get to the results. But I don't see it. I do not see a way to get there. Maybe. To know what to click on, maybe. There we go. Okay, you have to click on the actual date. And that brings up the results. So if you're looking for it out there on the website, that's where it is. Okay, so race points. Okay, so it's not set up like Formula One. It's set up with their own unique race points. So he got 33 points for the race win, plus he got a completion bonus by completing the whole race and a pole position bonus. So he had 33 points. Chris Springer picked up 30 points, picking up also the last lap of the race and the completion bonus. Will Edwards picked up P4 with 27 points, or P3 with 27 points after all shook out on the bottom. And Brandon Dooley P5 with 25 points. And those guys all got the completion bonus. But that dropped Luke Peters down to P6. And that was as a result of his overzealous track limits. He had, incident points, 40 incident points. It's quite a few. So anyway, that's where we are. Morgan Teggy takes that last week's win, followed by Chris Springer, Will Edwards, Brandon Dooley, Kelly Bishop in the top 5. And then if we go back to the standings, top 5 on our standings, we have Morgan Teggy now out front, followed by Christian Bishop, Chris Springer, Brandon Dooley, Kelly Bishop are your top 5. And that is about a 46 point stretch. So even if Kelly won the race tonight, he still couldn't catch up with Morgan. Morgan does have a substantial lead over 5th, but all the other guys, top 3 are all pretty close within 14 points. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go. Looks like we got another driver, 8 drivers now on track as Todd Schwartz joins the server. New driver tonight, John Downey. Welcome, John, to the race, to the league, to the track. The track times, the lap times are starting to come down a little bit, but Christian Bishop still holds that top spot. Everybody's running the mediums. Now let's go through the track, where we are, what we're doing, what we're driving, and the tires we're using. I got some new videos made up, so let's check them out. Here is the track. Barcelona, Catalunya. This is in Spain. And here is our circuit. Long front straightaway. And Sector 1 there is the straightaway. Sector 2 through the center section. And Sector 3 is definitely the toughest part of the racetrack. That Sector 3 is a challenge with that chicane and the hard braking zone after the second DRS zone. I guess that's the first. Why would they call that the first DRS zone? Wouldn't the front straightaway be the first DRS zone? I don't know. Who am I? You're coming downhill, between turns 9 and 10, DRS open. Coming down that hill really hard, on the brakes, left-hander. That is a treacherous corner. That one's pretty crazy. But that's your track. We can pull up some track stats here on Barcelona, which I usually do ahead of time. But, hey, we started early. I got plenty of time to look them up, right? Barcelona track facts. F1. See what we can find. Let's see, we've got 16 corners. We've got 2 DRS zones. The let's hit the track again. I can show you a little bit. The first DRS zone is what they're calling the first DRS zone. The detection zone is between turns 8 and 9 on that little short chute. So you've got to be within a second of the driver ahead of you to get DRS open in Sector 2, right there about where the sign is that says Sector 2. That's where the DRS detection zone is for that little short chute that's going to show up here as that in the green section in DRS Zone 1. And then the detection zone right after the kink, right after that chicane on the final corner, that is the detection zone for the DRS zone down the front stretch. And that front straightaway is a long straightaway. The circuit is 4.6 kilometers. Maybe we can find a U.S. English version of that, find out how long it is. The race tonight is, man, we got to find all kinds of info off the website, don't we? Schedule. It should be 33 laps, but let me double check. Spanish Grand Prix, 33 laps. That's 33. That's one half of the actual race length for real F1. That's what they do here at Procraft Formula One Series. They run one half race. All right. So that's a little bit about the track. Let's go a little bit more into the track. 33 laps. The lap record is a 1:18.4 from Daniel Ricciardo in 2018. That may have been broken this year, maybe. But if you look at that, a 1:18.4, and Christian Bishop's lap time in practice so far, and he's not even on the soft tires, is a 1:18.6. So it's possible that these guys will be able to throw down some laps even quicker than the real cars. And this particular car that we're running tonight, let's hit that right now real quick. This car is the Mercedes W12, the AMG from 2021, which was probably one of the fastest Formula One cars ever. This thing really flies. Quite the car. The guys love it. It has tons of grip. You throw those red sticky tires on there, and it really goes around the track. So, but there it is. That's the car we're running tonight. It's the Mercedes W12 2021 version Formula One car. And let's hit up the tires. These are the tires we're going to be using tonight. We've got 3 compounds available. We've got the mediums in the yellow right there in the center. Soft tires are the reds, and the hard tires are the whites. From what I'm seeing here tonight, and we don't have the C1 through C5. That's a Formula One thing. We have 3 tire compounds. To be real here, it's a simulator. But from what I'm seeing, the yellows, people are really liking those yellows. The lap times so far during practice are running on those medium compound tires. So we'll see. We'll see. You can see on my new tire chart that I've got here, you can see what kind of tires they're running and what are the lap times you can get on those tires. But most of the drivers running the mediums so far in practice, and we have about 20 minutes left is all in the practice. Now, Catalunya was built as part of the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. I'm not really sure why they would need a Grand Prix track for the Olympics, but hey, I'm not upset about it. I like the racetrack. The foundation was put in 1989. And the first car race was in 1991, the Spanish Touring Car Championship. Grand Prix picked it up after that and has been running there every year since. The Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona, Catalunya. All right. They're saying where's the best place to watch on their website. I'll tell you where the best place to watch the race is from your house, dude. $1,500 a ticket to go to a Formula One race, and you maybe get 2 corners out of it. At least, well, you get a TV screen there too. They'll have a big TV screen. But, I mean, and the atmosphere is unbelievable. I mean, it's quite amazing. I haven't been to a Formula One race. I have been to NASCAR races. Very enjoyable at the track. A lot of cool atmosphere you can get around. I've also been to an IndyCar race. Really fun. Let's see what else we got on the racetrack here. There's got to be more info. There's got to be more. Spanish Grand Prix started in 1991. Let's see, I know they do use it for motorcycles. They use that quite a bit. European Motorcycle Grand Prix from 1992 and the Catalunya Motorcycle Grand Prix in 1996 and on. Overtaking spots. Definitely turn 1 down at the bottom of the long straightaway. Good overtaking chance there. And then down into turn 10, you're going to see a lot of action in turn 10. Turn 2, believe it or not, if you can get that corner right, turn 2, right after that first right-hander, that left-hander coming out of turn 2, that is a great place to pass, but you've got to nail that turn. If you get it just right, you can get around him. I've raced this track in a lot of other formats. I also have raced it in this Formula 1 car. It's a very difficult racetrack. But they all are, aren't they? I mean, these guys are incredible to be able to be out here running these lap times. And you can see now that game on, Morgan Teggy dropping down a 1:18.7. These guys are really picking up the pace and getting the lap times in there. We watched Todd jump over that curbing on the outside. That curbing is just nasty. Christian has thrown on the soft compound tires, and we'll see how he does with that. But the times are tightening up top. We've got 4 drivers all now within a half a second of each other. 20 minutes to go now in our qualifying or practice session. We'll jump into qualifying. Let's see what else we can bring up about the racetrack. Nigel Mansell won the first race in 1991. Let's see if I can get some details on the... Maybe we can find a size in English, huh? Maybe? Like distance in miles? There we go, 2.9 miles. 2.9 miles, 16 corners. And the new race lap, oh, here we go. 2021. 2021. I knew it. Those cars are fast. That's this model car, but the actual racetrack record now is held by Red Bull Racing with Max Verstappen in 2021 with a 1:18.1. So Christian and Morgan, challenge accepted. Can you guys do it? Can you get into the 1:18.1s? You're in the 1:18.6s. Chris Springer just jumps up to a 1:18.6. Chris had the fastest lap of the race last week. He's been really impressive and moving up in the points, up to 3rd. He is on the soft compound tire, but so is Christian now. We'll see if Christian can pick up that time as well. As you know, we're just still in the practice session. No qualifying as of yet. The guys are just tuning up their cars and getting them set the way they want them as we go through some stats. Let's talk a little bit about the teams we're running with tonight. We've only got 8 guys out here, but still have some teams. Where are the teams? Here they are. Come on, teams. Come on, website. Website's slowing me down. Don't make me hurt you, website. Okay, Space Sheep Racing Team. That is our league owner, Christian Bishop, with his brother, Kelly Bishop. Christian, 2nd place in the points. Red Bull Racing, not here tonight. Alfa Romeo. That's Chris Tartamella. He is on track. His teammate has not made very many races. That's Yanni Butler. Harry Lama Racing, that's Chris Springer and Brandon Dooley. Brandon has a race win so far this season, but does not seem to have the pace here tonight. Maybe he's on the mediums. These other guys are on the softs. But, Brandon... Oh, and there's a drop down in time again. 118.4. Now they're creeping up on that record. Just 0.3 away from the track record at a 118.149. We'll see what they can do with that one. So Brandon Dooley, Chris Springer on Harry Lama Racing. These guys are both on track tonight, ready to go. Rust Belt Racing, Adam Novotny, Morgan Teggy. Also both out there and also within a second of the lead. Morgan Teggy, last week's winner. And Adam Novotny in the 4th spot on track right now with the practice. Theo Bishop, Andrew Huddleston, I haven't seen them on track yet tonight. Eric Heater Motorsports, don't see them out here. Eagle Race Team, nope. Team Via Fossey, also a negative. Zero Fox Given, now that is Bob Wallace. Bob Get better, buddy. Maybe you're tuning in tonight, but Bob just had some downtime, shall we say. But Bob, I hope you're feeling better. Hope everything's going well for you. We all want you to get better and get back out here on track with us. So best wishes to you, my friend. Daewoo Racing Development. Neither one of these guys have made it tonight yet either. They've gone plaid. That's Todd Schwartz. He's on track. Missing Sean Williams. Team Audi Davidson. Tim Barnhart did say he wasn't going to make it tonight, and he has not. So that is the field. John Downey hasn't got a team yet, at least not listed. Everybody else accounted for that is on the racetrack. So those are our teams. We've talked a little bit about the standings, a little bit about last week's race. Quite a little controversy going on there. Anything we can do to, bring in the race fans. We'll talk about the controversy. We'll talk about the crazy stuff. So we've got 33 laps ready to go for tonight. And so far, I'm chilling by myself. Chilling like a villain in the booth. Maybe we could wander around the paddock area and see if we can find somebody to say hi to. Let's go check in with Harry Llama Racing. See if we can bug them in their practice session. Hey guys, Ron in the booth. Can I bug you during practice?
Sure, Ron. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How's it going tonight?
Oh, pretty good.
Looks like you guys got the old setup figured out. Them softies on there, running up the top of the chart. Not bad.
It was just a quali run there, so I think a little premature compared to some of the rest of the field, but I'll take it for now.
For now, yeah, it looks good. Looks good on the top of the chart there, Brandon.
Yeah.
You know,
1-2 right now, so
yeah, 1-2.
We can go ahead and call it quits. We're going to back out and head home.
Just back out of it now, call it a win.
Yep. I got the screenshot already, so we're good to go.
Hey, it's live on the air too, so you're good. You're good. You got it. You got it. If it's on YouTube, it's got to be true.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, wanted to let you guys know that you are 0.2 of a second off of the world record at this racetrack, set by one of your favorite drivers, I believe, Max Verstappen, with a 1:18.14. So you got 0.2 to make up. Pick it up. Let's go.
All right. We're throwing one down now. We'll see what it does.
Now, just for the fans watching at home, which we've got so many of tonight, when you race, when you qualify or run a quali lap, like Brandon was just talking about, you put on a new set of softs. You charge up the battery, so it's at 100%. The cars have the MGUK, which is a battery system that gives your engine a boost. So you charge that up. You warm up the tires on a warm-up lap, and then you go for it. You just go nuts and you try it, which Brandon went for it and didn't make it this time. But that's the idea of the quali lap, and it's really hard to do. It's easy to miss just an inch or two to one side on one of these corners. Missing the apex, missing the turn-in point. If it's not precisely right on, dead on where it's supposed to be, you're in the grass. You're in the dirt. So... Which, thanks for showing us, Brandon, how you do that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll show you how not to do it on board more often if you want to see that. The incorrect driving line. I've got that most of the time.
You got that one down, huh? I wasn't in car. I wasn't in car, so.
Oh, you should be able to see the wrong line from any camera angle, I believe.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's buried in the wall. You are off the racing line.
If the front tires come off the car, you may be off the racing line.
Something like that.
Well, we'll watch. We'll watch old Speedster here. Looks like Chris is on the reds. He's got a quick lap going. Turn 5, one of the most tricky turns on this racetrack, I would say. You gotta hit it just right to get through it quick. Ooh, just missed the curbing. Perfect angle coming out of 7. DRS open. And he's going to say, you know, if you would have left me alone, I would have done a better lap. That chicane sucks from experience. I can speak that. Down across the start-finish line. Here's Chris's hot lap. And does not improve, but hey, look at that. Somebody did. That is a new world record. Found right here on YouTube. We now have a new world record. Christian Bishop lays down a 117.2. Pretty impressive.
Well, looks like you got someone new to talk to now, Ron.
I know. I got to go to their booth now. I got to go up and talk to them.
Our quality runs were premature.
Yeah, well, it's,
mine was a race run, so I haven't put down a quali round yet.
Yeah, we still have 10 minutes to go in practice. People will be starting to play with the different setups and trying to figure things out. Appreciate you guys letting me pop in. Thanks for that. We'll catch you out after the race. I'll be talking to both of you post race from the podium. All right.
We sure hope so.
Let's hope
Yeah.
crossed.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Yep.
Hey guys, this is Ron in the booth, pre-race, pre-quali. Can I bug you for a minute?
You can bug us anytime, Ron.
Hey Chris, how's it going, man?
How's it going, man? It's good to be back tonight.
Yeah. Christian's back. Look at that, with a vengeance too, huh? He's concentrating. Can't talk right now.
Super serious face right now.
Yeah, serious face. That's a wicked quali lap, practice lap. Just so you know, Max Verstappen has the world record here, and Christian just shattered that by about 0.8 of a second. So if only Max was driving the Mercedes last year.
Someone call the FIA.
I'm sure there's a penalty to be handed out for Red Bull Racing for something. They don't get enough, do they?
Didn't even have to go over the cost cap to break that time.
Well, 2021, I don't know. He did go over the cost cap, so we'll see. See what happens. So hey, there's Ed joining in. We're on the air here with Bigg Wizurd TV. I'm just cruising around before the quali starts, talking to people, getting a little action on the broadcast. John Downey, new guy on the circuit too. John, welcome.
God dang it! I was trying to talk and you got me in the freaking. I hate this track. I'll just say that to everybody. Never come to Spain. It is pain with an S.
Yeah.
Being
yes, it is.
silent.
Yes, it is. Don't you just love that?
Spain.
Don't you just love that turn 14 chicane? Isn't that great?
No. Everything about this track sucks.
A whiner.
You know my thoughts and opinions on this, guys.
So what is your ideal track there, John?
Not this.
Okay, fair enough.
Not here. I think he likes the drag strip, quarter mile, straight line.
Yeah, the drag strip at Hockenheim
Yeah.
in the rain.
Yeah, I was about to say, you
Good
should ask
news.
like half of the Formula One field about that.
Good news, 2 weeks, Hockenheim.
Yeah, should be fun.
I just want to know who turned the oven on.
Track temp 120. That's not too bad. And,
That's not gonna do it.
Oh, shit.
we're actually watching
this
this as they're bumping into each other out here on practice. We got about
I haven't been able to hit him yet. I've been trying.
7 minutes to go in the practice session. Ed, good to have you out here with
Jesus
us.
Christ.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be my first timed practice lap. So
We believe in you.
we'll see how
You
this
were pulling at me on Tuesday.
hopefully more successfully.
Hey, I still got second.
Yeah, I don't have kickball anymore this season, so I can actually join these.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back down to the broadcast booth, but I wanted to come in and say hi to everybody. And we got 11 now with Theo jumping in. We got 11 drivers on the circuit, so getting a little bit of a crowd. We just got a few minutes left in practice, but thanks for talking to me, guys. Appreciate you guys.
That's not gonna do it. Shit.
chatting for a
Hey,
minute.
Ron.
Have
Feel
a good
the
one.
pressure.
Yeah.
Like I did.
Hey guys, it's Ron up in the booth.
Yo, what's
Pre-quali
up, Ron?
booth time for our new championship leader and last week's winner, Morgan Teggy. Nice job, Morgan.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, that was a little controversy on the on the chat this week. Not a lot of nothing you can really do about it. I mean, the guys were definitely going over track limits, and the FIA, the stewards of the FIA-esque, not really because they aren't that good, but the stewards for Procraft Formula 1 jumped in and made a decision, and it looks like the race outcome for last week has changed, and Morgan, you got it. So congrats, man.
Hey, I will definitely take it.
Yeah. And to go along with that, let's not forget the points championship. So 7-point lead over second place Christian Bishop. So congrats there too.
Hey, thank you. It's gonna be a tough one to back up. This track has traps everywhere, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this is a one and done kind of track. You know, you can usually get a good lap, but getting a good race takes a lot more effort. So. All right, cool. I'm going to jump down to the booth, leave you guys alone, let you get your qualifying in, but I wanted to stop in and say hi. Adam, up front again. Good job on the practice laps. Hopefully you'll be starting on the pole, huh?
Thank you, sir.
Just so you guys know, I've told a couple other groups this. You guys have now surpassed, at least Adam and Christian have surpassed the world record set by overspending Red Bull 2021 driver Max Verstappen here at the track.
Hey.
I had to throw that out there. Sorry.
I'm ready for my my offer.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's out there on YouTube. They're going to find it. I'm sure Red Bull watches the Procraft Formula 1 series on Bigg Wizurd TV. I know I do. So I don't know why they wouldn't. Have a good race, guys. Good luck with everything. Hope to see you at the end on the podium.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Ron.
Yeah. All right. We are ready to rock and roll. We're getting close. Getting close. It's approaching qualifying time. And Christian Bishop in practice. Now you got to remember, practice is completely relative. I mean, these guys, they go in, they change the amount of fuel in the car, they change the amount of boost they're using on lap to lap, they change the tires that they're running on. Right now, there's 3 minutes left in practice, and you can see these three guys coming out on the soft compound tires. So they're going to try to get see how their qualifying setups are going to work. Whoa! I think Kelly has shown us that's not how you do qualifying over those bumps. But we'll be in that mode in just a couple minutes. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, watching our broadcast tonight. The Procraft Formula 1 series, brought to you by Bigg Wizurd TV, and we are on iRacing. If you are interested in getting involved, bottom right corner, iRacing.com. Join the crowd, join the fun. And this is, I'm telling you what, they have every kind of car you can think of. Procraft runs Formula 1. A couple other series I take care of runs the GT cars. We've got NASCAR trucks, NASCAR, Cup Series cars. They have dirt, oval, dirt, anything. I mean, anything you can imagine. If it's out there and you're racing it, you can race it. They've got Rallycross. They've got, they don't have Nitro Rallycross. We got to talk to them. We talked about Nitro. Nitro Rallycross would be kind of fun. But all kinds of GT, legacy cars, prototypes. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And a lot of it is pretty modern. This is a 2021 car. Now, the reason they don't have all the cars, you might see some other games out there, and they have the new car. They'll have like the new 296 Ferrari in their GT3 camp, which is coming out next season in IMSA and FIA or World Endurance Championship Racing. But that car is brand new. It hasn't even really been out. It's just in testing. And the way iRacing does it, to make it as accurate as possible, they will actually take the real car and take the car apart piece by piece, laser scan every part of the car and how it goes together. So if you were able to adjust like a screw on, say, the anti-roll bar in the back, so you're tightening or loosening the anti-roll bar on the back of the car, if you can do that as part of the classification of that car in real life, you can do it in iRacing. And that includes caster, camber, tire pressures, spring rates, offsets, perch offsets, raise, lower the car, wing settings, downforce, front downforce, rear downforce. If it's part of it, it's part of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. iRacing is a lot of fun. I do a couple races myself that we simulcast here on Bigg Wizurd TV, but this Procraft Formula 1 series is the one that I announce, and it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys being on with me. And the viewer that was here for 22 minutes didn't say who he was or her. But we are just about to get underway. We have got just less than a minute to go in practice. As you see, the cars will start dropping off, getting ready for qualifying. And there it is. The practice session has ended. The clock will tick down 4 more seconds and they'll be off the track and into qualifying. And here we go. Now these guys are going to be setting up with soft tires. They're going to be setting up with the most battery boost possible. They will be warming up for the first lap, and then following that they'll throw down their fast lap. Now they have to warm up that first lap, keep the battery full charge, not wear out the tires. So just get the tires just warming up, get them in the warm enough, and get them in the sweet spot, and then off they go. 11 drivers starting the qualifying session. You can still join the session at this point in time. You can still join the session until the end of qualifying. That's how it works with iRacing. And we are still having a little trouble on the stream with the bit rate. Hopefully it's clean for you. Let me know if it's giving you any trouble. But we are up and running. Qualifying has begun. We're on the warm-up lap now, coming around turn 9. The first car will be Morgan Teggy out in front of this little pack. And you'll see them kind of bunch up here around turn 12, 13 before they get to that chicane, and they'll even themselves out, try to anyway, so they can get the most clean track possible coming across the stripe. They might actually try to get a tow here. Looks like Adam Novotny, Morgan's teammate, is within reach of getting a little bit of a draft down that front stretch. And Chris Springer, sharp guy that he is also close enough to take a slight advantage. Morgan goes. Here he goes on his first lap. We'll see how it goes for Morgan. Let's go from the roll bar and watch Morgan's first attempt at a qualifying lap. They have... what do we got to do to slow this thing down? We're going to slow down our bit rate. Not receiving enough video. We can't buffer now. We're starting qualifying. Well, they're off and running. Regardless, we're going. I don't think I can change anything there, YouTube. Stream status is poor. Trying to do too much. It's coming back a little bit. Not quite good enough. We'll keep it going here. We'll keep riding, keep running. We might be a little choppy. Apologize for that tonight. We will have to work on it by next week. See if we can make some improvements. I know what I did to change it to get it this hot, but I was hoping I could keep up with that and make it as good as possible as Morgan finishes up his first lap, and that is a hot one. 1:16.7. You can see he's running on those soft compound tires and now in the pits. Let's go back out on the racetrack to see who else is running some quick laps. There goes Christian Bishop, also with a 1:17. nearly identical times. The 116.78 for Morgan, 116.75 for Christian Bishop. 3/100ths of a second quicker. I can't change this in the middle. How would we change it in the middle? It won't let me change the stream settings as we're going. So I don't know what it wants me to do. Maybe we can get down to 8,000 kbps. See if that'll fix anything, but I don't know that it'll change it. It's still dropping from that, so. Let me know if you're out here watching on the stream. Let me know if you can, if the video is chopping or if we're doing okay. You know, give me a heads up. And I don't want to stop it, so we'll just try to do what we can here as it's going. So. That's audio, video. I can't change video. So we got what we got. Snap sensitivity, source alignments. Yeah. All right. So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we can do. It's showing green for me now, but I'm still seeing the error on the YouTube page. They apparently aren't happy with it. Okay, it looks like it's saying it's okay now. So we'll see if that fixed it. We lowered our bit rate down a little bit. Maybe that'll help us. If we can get a good clean stream out here. As we watch Christian, who is on top of the chart, doing another lap, seeing if he can improve. And there goes Chris Springer. He's the one that got the fastest lap last week. See if he can keep that up and get a fast lap again today as he slides through turn 4. Let's see, we'll watch him from the chopper here. Brandon Dooley out here. He's currently in P6 on a hot lap here. Through the chicane, we'll see how he does, if he improves. Or if this was a warm-up. I'm going to switch the broadcast to show the lap times only for a minute. If I can do that. Brandon does improve, moves up to P5. Yeah, I can't really do that. It won't let me do that. But 116.695 to a 116.788. Those are the top two. Christian Bishop over Morgan Teggy right now, both on the soft compound tire doing their quick lap. Chris Springer right there with him. And he is just 0.2 off the pace, but Morgan and Christian right up on the top. Here comes Christian again, followed by his brother, his teammate Kelly. As they come out and do their warm-up lap. This is an out lap for them. You can tell it shows out lap on the bottom right. You can see the out word, showing that they're just warming up, and they let the quicker car go by. They've caught up to Brandon, who's also on an out lap. Ed Smith goes by. Ed Smith was not here when I did driver introductions earlier, but we could go back through this chart and talk about who is now here. We have on racetrack tonight Todd Schwartz from Autism Speaks, sponsored They've Gone Plaid. He's out in the 420 tonight. He is on the racetrack in the pit lane at the moment. Ed Smith, no. Yep, Ed Smith made it to us. Daewoo Racing Development in the 605. There's Ed in the blue, teal, and black paint job. Ed P8 so far in qualifying. Bob getting recovered. Recover away, Bob. Hope you're watching. Jason and Landon not here tonight. Vincent and Phil are missing. Eric and Luke are also missing. Now Theo has joined us. Theo Bishop out here from Scudiera Pecore Spaziali. He is on a warm-up lap right now, or a cool-down lap. Not sure which. But not up to speed at the moment. And then Adam Novotny and Morgan Teggy. Adam is just coming out of the pits. And Morgan doing a hot lap. Trying to improve, see if he can gain that 1/10 of a second now gap between Christian Bishop and Morgan Teggy. 1:16.69 to a 1:16.78, and Morgan just slips off the track. So he'll have to start it over again and do it one more time. Here comes Kelly, currently in 7th spot in the qualifying session. 1.8 off the lead as he is cruising around the track as well. Well, I was happy to take a few minutes and get in the booth with everybody before the race. And I think that's it for the drivers that have made the race tonight. Talked about a few of them earlier, a few of them just now, the ones that joined us. So appreciate those guys all being out there. 11 drivers are going to be taking the green flag. And so far, Christian Bishop is on the pole position with Morgan Teggy on the outside of row 1. Provisional pole being held by Christian. There are 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left in the qualifying session. Barcelona, 16 turns. If you were here for the pre-race, talking with the teams, you'll know that this is a very difficult and treacherous racetrack. It's so easy to make a mistake here. You're at such high speeds going through these corners, and the precision you need to get them right. I mean, these guys doing these 1:16.7s. I mean, that is actually faster. Even Chris Springer, 1:16.9. Faster than the world record by Max Verstappen in the 2021 Red Bull race car last year here at Barcelona. This year, new car for Formula One in real life. And that new car is making it a little more difficult for these guys to get the top speeds out of them. I'm sure they'll get there, but for now, they're still struggling. Even through even the whole season long, they've been struggling with trying to get the best times out of the cars. So appreciate you guys being on with me. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV. Bigg Wizurd TV is on the air every Thursday night for this Procraft Formula 1 Series race. I want to shout out to our sponsors of the Bigg Wizurd TV family. Stairfittings.com, orders.stairfittings.com, bottom of your screen. That is the Bigg Wizurd TV primary sponsor, Stairfittings Inc. And those guys take care of us. They keep our computer running, keep us online, keep us on the stream. I'm going to have to talk to them about maybe some more powerful stuff so I can run in 2K, but hey, no, doing great. Love these guys, stairfittings.com. They have great products. If you need something for your stairs, jump online, orders.stairfittings.com. You can check them out. Tell them Bigg Wizurd sent you. They'll take care of you. Other sponsor for Bigg Wizurd TV is, let me see if I can get this to fit on the screen. It's not going to be big enough. Whoa, that's too big. We'll go with right here, grandpaskitchen.com. Grandpa's Kitchen is a gluten-free flour company. These guys make gluten-free flour, gluten-free mixes for cupcakes and cakes and other things. They have some awesome products. Products taste just like regular flour. I've had them. I've tested them. I've tried them all. Cookies and cakes and cupcakes and brownies, blondies, anything you can think of that you can bake, you can make it with Grandpa's Kitchen flour. And that is gluten-free all the way, 100%. You can get a 10% discount first time and every time using the code BWTV. That's Bigg Wizurd TV. So a big shout out to our sponsors, Grandpa's Kitchen, Procraft, and Stair Fittings Incorporated. I appreciate those guys being with us and keeping everything rolling. We have just a couple minutes left, a minute and a half to go. The top times have not changed. Track temp is coming down slightly, now down to 115 from a practice top temp of 120. So this might be a little better. These guys might be able to squeak out a quick time here if they can lay down a fast lap without error, which is tricky. We're watching Morgan right now give it a try as he dives down into turn 10. Probably one of the hardest corners I've ever driven in racing. That turn 10. It's about a, I don't know, it's a hairpin, but it's just a point turn, and it's probably about a 160-degree turn, and definitely difficult. Let's see if Morgan can finish this off. Does he improve his time? He comes around the final corner, down the front stretch, across the line, and we see he does improve his time and takes the pole. We've got 45, less than 35 seconds to go. Can Christian Bishop compete? No, he cannot. He's in the pit lane. That is it. The pole will go to Christian Bishop unless somebody else can do it with just 20 seconds to go in qualifying. Chris Springer has been hot, but Chris Springer is not currently on the track. So, nope, that is it. We have got the qualifying order set for the top two. Morgan Teggy throws down a fast lap at the very last moment. As qualifying has ended, they can finish their lap. So the 36 and the 605, that's Theo Bishop and Ed Smith, they can finish their laps, and they will count. But the front row is definitely set. Morgan Teggy out front, 0.3 of a second to the good, and I think that ends Ed's run right there. So, Morgan Teggy, Christian Bishop, row 1. Chris Springer, Adam Novotny, that's Morgan's teammate Adam, on row 2. We've got Brandon Dooley and John Downey on row 3. Row 4, Kelly Bishop and Ed Smith. Row 5, Theo Bishop and Chris Tartamella. And Todd Schwartz on row 6. Let's hope everybody jumps in and starts this one. 11 drivers in the qualifying session. No time for Mr. Todd Schwartz. Did not get a time. He'll be starting from the back. And here we go. We're going to line them up as qualifying has ended. Congrats to Morgan Teggy for the pole. He is going to be gaining some ground tonight. If he can have another good run, he'll be pulling away. Christian Bishop is definitely going to fight that. Challenge tooth and nail to make sure that doesn't happen. And we will watch the start here. We'll kind of see how it goes. Let's see if we can get a better angle on it. Ooh, that's an interesting angle. This might be our best camera angle right now. I'm guessing another one will be better as we get into turn 1, but they are set. We'll see the lights go green or red and then off to green. Actually, they go green in iRacing, even though in Formula 1 they just turn off. But we'll take it either way. Drivers all on the circuit at the moment. You'll hear the engines go up, and then you'll see a little smoke from the tires as off they go. You only get a couple minutes to line up, so I do not have the timer. Somebody is not on the circuit. Somebody that's in the session has not joined the circuit, so that's why they're sitting and waiting. Standing starts, no warm-up lap, no nothing. Cold tires, and away they go. It looks like some tire strategy is definitely in play. Here they go. Green, 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 and off they go. Morgan Teggy with a good jump, but he is on the hard compound tire. Christian Bishop on the medium compound tire gets a better launch, and he is going to beat Morgan down into turn 1 from the inside of that starting grid. So Christian out in the front. Morgan in second spot. As the race goes out and in, we've got all 11 drivers on the track. Oh, and we got an error. We got an error. Oh. Somebody lost it. And it looks like Brandon Dooley had an issue, went off the track, took out possibly took out Ed Smith. We'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes back around. Should reset the timing, but yeah, I think that was Ed. As we watch Kelly Bishop with a small error as well. But I think that, yeah, that's for sure. Brandon in the pits after that issue, did not wait for the car to repair. Ed Smith is going. I'm not sure what happened, if Brandon had a mechanical error. It looked like he just didn't get the brakes. So maybe, oh, I forgot we have Replay Man. We have Replay Man. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. Let's see, Replay Man. What do we got? Can I get Replay Man to show? Maybe. Oh, I don't know, Replay Man. I'm not fast enough. We'll see what happens. Brandon's in the second car here. Oh, it looks like, you know, that we're going to back it up and watch it again. To me, that looks like Netcode took off his front wing. Unfortunate, but that does look like what happened. The Netcode bit and bit hard. It didn't look like he made contact with the car in front of him, but the wing flew off as if he did make contact. So I'm sure that'll be under review after the race, but unfortunate there for the number 14, Brandon Dooley. Unfortunate for him, and also unfortunate for Ed Smith, taking the damage on that one. Christian is out front, stretching his lead at the moment. Morgan still hanging tight, just 1 second back. We are on lap 3, so DRS will be enabled this lap if Morgan can get close enough to get that flap open on the turn 9 to 10 section. He'll be able to use that to gain a little bit of advantage, but it looks like Christian has covered the DRS section, and he's now 1.1 seconds ahead, which is going to mean that no DRS for Morgan, as these medium compound tires on Christian's car definitely helping him out. We'll see how the strategy plays out. This is the best strategy type racing that you can get. These tire compounds, the change in tire compounds is mandatory in the Procraft F1 Racing Series. So they have to start and end on, well, start and at least switch once to a different compound of tire. Christian has started on the medium compound tires. Morgan is on the hard compound tires. Typically the hard compound tires are going to last longer. Softs are going to wear out a little quicker. So Morgan must know something, that he can go farther on these tires, or he can go a little quicker. Right now he's not. He's 2.1 seconds back as they cross the line, finishing up lap number 3. DRS is enabled, so anybody within a second of the driver in front of them will have it. And that means Chris Springer being followed by John Downey. These guys are in the DRS train. You can see the two of them with the wing open coming down that front stretch. And they are gaining on Adam Novotny in third place. 0.7 of a second now separate third and fourth. But I think John has a little bit of a jump here. John's got a really good race car. They're both on the medium compound tires, John and Chris. And John is really, as much as he was saying he didn't like this racetrack, he is really getting on it as they go around turn 5, getting up close to the next DRS zone. Now, they're close enough to Adam to get DRS to click on. They're only 7/8 back. They just went across the detection line, so they will both get DRS again coming down this straightaway. As you can see on Chris's car, wing open, gap down to 0.4 seconds as he dives into turn 10. The tight left-hand hairpin. So tight action right there for P4, P3, 3, 4, and 5 right together. Also, Brandon is back on the racetrack. He is a couple laps down. We'll see where the timing scores him as he comes around. He had to tow back to the pits. He may have been stuck in the wall. Christian with the fastest lap of the race and also fastest last lap with a 119.6 in race trim. Obviously, these guys are not in. They're not running their low fuel, soft compound tire setups at the moment. Not hitting those 116s now, but they are running in race pace. So Christian, Adam, Chris, John, and Kelly all running that medium compound tire. Morgan and Todd Schwartz on the hard compound tire. Now, Morgan 2.5 seconds back. I think he's going to want to see the lap times change here. We're only on lap 5, so the medium compound tire is not going to fall off that quickly. Medium compound's probably going to last at least a halfway. So we'll see when the tire degradation starts to fall. If the combination is medium hard, hard medium, one or the other, then we'll see these two battle it out up front. If Christian can keep his lap times up and go medium to soft, that'll give him a great advantage over Morgan going from hard to medium. Unless maybe that's Morgan's plan, is to see if he can stay with him on the hard compound tire and then switch to softs later, closer to the finish. We'll see what happens. Soft compound tires with light fuel load make for fast laps. But we'll see how the strategies play out. Right now, Christian with a 2.5 second gap. Chris Springer is now moving in, though, on Adam Novotny. And they have both lost John Downey, who has gone back in the field by quite a bit. Must have had something happen to John. Kelly Bishop has passed John and is cruising along in P5 now. And the gap to John Downey, 15 seconds now for Chris Springer. So they were nose to tail, so something must have happened there. We do have healing damage on, so I hope you understand that one. Healing damage allows the cars to self-repair, so to speak. So if you do hit something and lose part of your car, if there's damage, you're going to go off track. You're going to have a problem, like as you saw in the first opening lap, where Brandon lost his front wing from a, I believe, netcode situation where the computer thought he was closer to his teammate than he actually was and threw the wing off the car and also messed up his momentum and made it so he could not stop going into turn 4 and into the wall. DRS open. There goes Chris. Right by Adam. He hit the bump there on the exit of turn 1. We'll see if Adam can repay the favor here. Adam's pretty quick himself. They're both on those medium tires. Should be pretty even if Adam can stay with him. He will get DRS going down between turns 9 and 10. Right now the gap just 0.3 of a second, so Adam is definitely there, and you can see that light flashing on the back of Adam's car. That means he's recharging the battery. You can see that light on Chris's car there. Chris is definitely going to full deploy here and try to pull away from him in this DRS zone. That detection zone right there says 0.3 of a second on my book, which means that wing is open on Adam's car. Does he have enough to catch? Right up to the bumper. Right up to the back. Gets a great exit off turn 10. Adam is going to be chomping on this one right down the front stretch. I would say if he can stay close. Oh, he loses a little bit in turn 12. If he can stay close enough, he will have a chance at going back by here across the start-finish line. Does he nail the chicane? Does he? Oh, and the little bobble by both of them across the detection zone. 0.3 the gap. Adam with the wing open. Here he goes down the front stretch. Can he repay the favor? It looks like he's got good momentum. Coming down to the corner. Dives down on the inside. Chris holding the outside. Pass complete. Adam back into third spot. This could go on all night, because there's Chris right on his bumper again. This is going to be a great show watching these two. And while this is going on, Ed Smith has crawled up through after his early incident. DRS open for Ed in 8th spot, coming up behind Todd Schwartz. He's going to gain not quite enough, but he'll be real close to the bumper of Todd as they come around turn 1. The bumper, rear wing. I don't think these cars have a bumper, do they? So, hey, Rex, what's going on, buddy? The healing on the cars is nearly instant. It takes probably about 2 seconds to fix the car. By the time Brandon would have hit the wall on his turn 1 incident, his car would have been fixed and then hit the wall and broke again. I've done it many times. you can destroy your car and get right back in it. Now the weird thing is on these cars, if you hit something hard enough, you get wheels coming off, and it's really hard to drive the car with 3 wheels. But in a GT car, I've damaged the front suspension on a GT car and actually managed to limp the car until the car will heal, and then you can keep going. So usually I do that in an AI race, though, not against real drivers. And there he goes. Ed Smith jumps through turn number 1 at the end of the long straightaway, gets the lead, gets the position of P7 from Todd Schwartz. That battle is done, but this battle is not. There is Adam, 9/10 of a second now behind Chris. 1 second. Oh, he's out of DRS range. That is going to hurt. He's caught back up again, a little wide on turn 5 for Chris. 1 second, not quite enough. There's the detection zone. He did not get it. I don't think he got it. He was over at least 1 full second away, and that wing is nice and closed. So he does not have DRS, and that's going to let Chris inch away because Adam not going to have that advantage. And a little lockup in turn 10 is going to put Adam back now 2 seconds off P3, Chris Springer. Adam will have to nurse that around and see if he can regroup, get some good quality fast laps in there, and see if he can catch up. He's a really good driver, although right now making a few extra mistakes. Going over those curbs on these cars, these F1 cars, is not friendly. The damage is healing, so it will fix the car, but it definitely slows you down. And the guy in front of you has healing damage too, so if he makes a mistake, he is also going to be able to keep going. So it's fair for everybody, but definitely difficult. Difficult, to say the least. All right, let's go through the field. Let's see what's going on. Up front, Christian Bishop with a 6.5 second lead. This is what Christian wanted to see. Now, this puts the race in Christian's hands. He can stay out front. If he keeps this gap, if he keeps moving with a good gap, he can actually dictate as to when he comes in for tires. But if you look at the times, Morgan is starting to reel him in. It went from 6.5 down to 6.2, 6.3. It's moving around. But Morgan is putting on the effort, and as these tires start to wear out, you might see Morgan pulling in. Now, this is lap 10 of 33. If Christian was going to go soft or mediums to hard compounds, he's probably going to pit within the next couple of laps. He's down the front stretch now, so he's not doing it right now. But Christian out front, 1:19.1 last lap, or fastest lap, with Morgan with a 1:19.4 fastest lap. So they're still really close together, 0.3 off. And the last lap, nearly identical, 1:20.3 each, with Chris Springer throwing down a 1:19.7 last lap. So he's on the move as well. Chris running those medium compound tires, just gets by. Oh, we got a little bunch of cars here. What's going on? Are they passing a lap car? We got a bunch of stuff going on here. This is Ed Smith. Brandon Dooley, a lap down, is in the middle of this now. Brandon's a little quicker, but being a lap down. Oh, and then a little bobble there by Ed. Brandon with DRS might get by. Because he's a lap down, he may... Well, okay, never mind. I was going to say he might give up the spot and let him go, but looks like Brandon is going to just jump out and disappear. He is on his horse after that incident. He is a lap down. You can see he's blue, so he's a lap down to the lead and a lap down to Ed Smith. So he's got a long way to go to catch up. The 44, Chris Tartamella, is in the pit lane. And now coming back out, he has switched to the red compound tires. Chris coming off the mediums and 9 laps in. And onto the softs. Now, Brandon, he made his pit stop on lap 2 after that towing, and he is a minute back. Not sure a minute from what, but he's a lap down to the leader. He's going to have to make up that gap. That's going to be tough to make up. All right, through the field. We didn't do through the field. Here is Christian Bishop, our leader right now, with a 6.8 second lead over second place. Morgan Teggy running the hard compound tires. I'm not sure that is working out for Morgan. the way he wanted. We'll see if it is in the end. 6.7 seconds, starting to stretch out now, giving Christian quite a benefit here. Chris Springer in P3 here in the purple and green car. He is number 56. He is in third spot. Oh, as he goes by Chris Tartamella just on his outlap, a little wide. Chris Springer in P3 in the 56. He is 14 seconds off the lead, also running that medium compound tire. 7 seconds off of second place. Through the chicane, down through turn 16 and onto the front stretch. No DRS for Chris. He's too far away from everybody. But he's catching up with Tartamella, and that might put him in DRS on the second section up there between turns 9 and 10, depending on how quickly he can catch up with Chris Tartamella. If he can get within a second of him by that turn 8, he will get DRS. But it looks like Chris is just out of the pits and running down some pretty good laps. Staying out there in front of Chris Springer. Chris Tartamella is cooking. P4 is Adam Novotny in the 326. Same paint job as our leader, Morgan Teggy. Teammates on the... You think I'd know it by now. Rust Belt Racing team. Let's see where we are. That's P4. P5 is Kelly Bishop. Kelly Bishop painted the same as our leader at the moment, Christian Bishop. Teammates. And those guys are on, it's always hard to say for me, Space Sheep Racing Team. Have to look at it. Space Sheep Racing. Kelly in P5. John Downey, new to the series, in the number 5 red and black paint job in his Mercedes AMG W12 in Formula 1 car. John 12 seconds off of Kelly Bishop in 5th place. John is in 6th right now. And then Ed Smith, after that early incident, has moved up to P7 now, 5 seconds ahead of Todd Schwartz. So Ed recovered pretty okay from that, but not where he wants to be, I'm sure. In P7, he's going to keep working. He's 20 seconds back off John Downey. John had a really good start to the race. Something happened there about 5 to 6 laps in. We are on currently lap 14 from our leader. Ed Smith just crossing across that line now to get to lap 14. Following Ed, Todd Schwartz in the 420. Good jump for him off the start with the incident between Ed and Brandon. Todd has managed to get himself up into P8, running a good lap, a good race today. And in 9th, the number 36 of Theo Bishop. Theo in the Scuderia Picore Spaziale team, which might be Space Sheep Racing in Italian. I don't know. He's got the same logo as Space Sheep Racing. So. But Theo out here on track on the lead lap, running really good times in P9. Just 3.5 seconds behind Todd Schwartz at the moment. And gaining ground. Everybody's pretty spread out. If you can look at the top left, you don't see any circles next to any other circles. Everybody's right near each other. Brandon, after his issue early, is lapped down to the leaders, trying to do his best as he pushes pretty hard there off turn 15, hits the curbing. But last lap, 122.3 this time by 120.7. So he's definitely going quicker than the cars in front of him. But being a lap down, it's going to take a lot to catch up. He is ahead of Theo Bishop, who's in 9th, by 20 seconds. So he can catch back up to improve his position by the end of this race. There's a long way to go. We're on lap 14 of lap 33. Not quite to halfway yet. Our last place driver today so far, Chris Tartamella. 2 laps down. Went in on lap 10 to change to those soft tires, losing a little grip out there. It is slick. You can see he's kind of smoking the tires a little bit going into those tight corners. That turn 14-15 combo of that chicane is definitely challenging. Chris out there running some good laps. P11 for Chris. Kelly Bishop just did his quickest lap of the race with a 120.3. Kelly currently in P5. Just 2 seconds behind Adam Novotny. He's closed that gap up a little bit. Not sure if Adam's losing the grip on those tires. Maybe some of those early on laps pushed a little too hard on him. Not sure. But he was battling with Chris Springer for third place not too long ago, just a few laps ago. And now back 10 seconds off third place Chris Springer and a good 25 seconds off the lead. So Adam's still out there pushing hard, trying to get that podium spot tonight for his team. Teammate Morgan Teggy out in front, out in the second position as he comes across the line on lap 16, starting lap number 17. Nobody's come into the pits yet. No one has dove in yet, and this is the halfway mark. We'll see how long these tires are going to last and if there is any degradation between Morgan and Christian here at the front. Christian definitely looks like he's got that correct strategy as he's running 9.3 seconds out in front. And it does not look like Morgan's catching him. So even later here in the race, more than halfway through, those white compound tires not giving Morgan the advantage he was looking for as Christian is motoring away with a 9-second lead. Lap 18. Lap 17 just about done. Let's see, we'll catch up with our leader as he comes across the turn 14-15 chicane now. Nice and smooth. Looks like he's almost looks like he knows what he's doing up there. As Christian completes lap number 17 with another 120.1. Morgan in the 120.4 range, so still losing a few tenths per lap. This lap he seems to have held his own pretty close. We'll see when the times come through if Morgan hasn't gained any at all. So watch him go through turn 2. Looks like the gap is still slightly increasing. It's 9.6 seconds. Christian looks like he's got the correct combination. Although Morgan here coming up behind Todd Schwartz may get DRS. Oh, Todd dives out of the way. Lap car, blue flag. Jumps out of the way not to make any impact on the race itself as they go into turn 5. It's Morgan now into turn 9 and does not get the advantage of that DRS zone because he has gone past Todd Schwartz. Christian out front. You know, with only 11 cars on the racetrack, it's a lot easier to keep track of who's where. But Christian looks like he's got this one in control at the moment. Let's see when they start diving in. Adam Novotny has gone in, switched to hards. He went from mediums to hards at the halfway point. So Adam now on the white compound, hard compound tires. It's going to go to the end. He was not, I don't think he was too happy with those mediums. He was losing time to Kelly Bishop. Kelly has now taken over that P4 position. And it looks like, we'll see, but it looks like 24 seconds is going to be the time you spend in the pits to get your tires changed. We'll see what happens as Adam completes this lap. It'll give us a little better indication of how long he spent in the pits compared to the number 44. Chris Springer is now lapped with 420 of Todd Schwartz, and Theo Bishop has gotten by the 420. Theo Bishop now in P8. Yeah, Adam with 23 seconds. So it looks like 23 to 24 seconds is going to be our pit time. And you can see the difference right now between Kelly and Adam is 19.8 or 20 seconds. So if Kelly comes in to get tires and it takes him 23 seconds, that's going to put Adam back out in front. So that's what Adam's planning on. He's got those new hard compound tires. The question's going to be, can he close the gap? Right now they're holding right about the same. The speeds and the times are real close. That 20 seconds isn't moving. That would say to me that if Kelly goes in later and goes to soft compound tires, Kelly would have a chance to get back by. We'll see how much the gap can close down between Adam and Kelly here as we go. 3 cars so far have taken the time. Oh, I think that was Chris Tartamella. Having a little trouble going through the chicane. Let's catch it, replay man. As Chris comes around. Oh yeah, he goes wide, hits the curbing, and then does not gather it back up quick enough. Misses the chicane, and this is painful. Ouch. Ouch. No fun there for anybody. All right, back up front with Christian Bishop out in front now as Morgan has dropped to 3rd place now behind Chris Springer. Let's see if we can catch that. That could not have happened too long ago. Oh, maybe Morgan had a mistake. Did Morgan make a mistake? Let's see if we can find it. Indeed he did. Morgan had the error. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the cameraman. Hey, cameraman, can you get this for me? It looks very similar. He's coming up behind lap traffic. Oh, and the car does... Oh, he clips the rear end of the car. Oh, bad luck for Morgan. You can see, there's your answer to your question. Morgan did get repaired before he even got into the dirt there, so it does fix itself pretty quick. Will, hey buddy, thanks for joining us, man. Christian definitely has this one in hand now that Morgan has had an issue. Let's see if I can get back to real time here. We're off time a little bit. Man, we were way off time. Okay, back to live. Christian Bishop with a 19-second lead now as Chris Springer comes in the pit lane. He's going to be changing tires. He was on the mediums. There's only 11 to go. He might be going to those softs. Morgan also has to come in still. I'm thinking we're going to see a whole lot of pit stops coming up as Chris Springer drops down to P4. Kelly Bishop goes up to P3 with that pit exchange. As we watch our leader go by, Chris Tartamella, and put him another lap down. Morgan 22 seconds back with that incident. That's going to be hard to recover from. Let me see who it was that he ran into. Oh, here it is. It's the 36 car. That was Theo Bishop. And Theo Bishop currently running in 8th position as Morgan was going around. He misjudged either the speed or a braking area and ran into the back of Theo Bishop, putting him in a bad spot. Now Morgan has to recover. We'll see how that goes. So Kelly into 3rd. Chris Springer and Adam Novotny have made their pit stop. Let's go there and see the gaps, because this is crucial. Adam has closed that gap in with these new tires. Adam's gap now 17 seconds to Kelly Bishop. This is going to be interesting now when Kelly comes in to change tires. Kelly is going to probably go to those soft tires, but he is going to lose the position as now 16 seconds the gap between Kelly and Adam Novotny. 23 to 24 seconds on pit lane. Chris Springer did it in 22. Chris Springer back out now, and he is in P4 at the moment, but only 6 seconds behind. And there goes Todd Schwartz in the pits as he jumps in for tires. The top three have yet to pit, along with Ed Smith and Theo Bishop, still on track with the original starting tires. Lap 23 here of lap 33, as our leader goes by the start-finish line yet again without making that pit stop, starting lap 24 with a large lead over second place. 20 seconds, 22 seconds last time we checked. And they still have not changed those Pirellis for some new grippy ones. Times are still actually pretty solid. 25 seconds the gap. Christian with those mediums and Morgan on the hards. I don't believe Morgan thought Christian can make those tires last that long, as Morgan is now coming in. Morgan coming in, 4 tires. We'll see what he gets. I'm guessing he's going to go to reds. There he goes, as predicted, and off he goes. 24 seconds, a little bit slower than the quickest ones. Theo Bishop now in. Morgan on the outlap. So Morgan ran 24 laps, 23 laps. Pit on lap 24 with the hard tires, and Christian is still going on those mediums. And he just passed pit lane again. That might give Morgan a bump to be able to catch up a little bit, but the gap is now large. Morgan is way back. Morgan over 45 seconds back. Kelly Bishop currently in P2, has not yet pit. Christian Bishop, Kelly Bishop running 1-2 right now on the racetrack. And that is a first for this season. Chris Springer, waiting to pounce into P2, has made his stop and got out in front of Morgan by about 10 seconds. So Chris, with some better lap times now that he switched over to those reds a little sooner, 2 laps sooner, as Kelly Bishop dives into the pit lane. There he goes. Gives up second place to Chris Springer. The question here is going to be Adam Novotny. Is he going to be able to get out in front of Adam? Here comes Adam down the front stretch. Adam is going to definitely get this. Adam's running on those hard compound tires. Kelly's going to be coming out, my guess, on the softs. Oh, he goes to mediums. Nope, he goes to softs. You got to look at the top right. The picture, iRacing, I love you, but you make that mistake every once in a while. He did switch from mediums to soft, so he is on the soft compound tire. He is now 3 seconds behind. Nope, 7, 8, 9 seconds behind Adam, but now he has the soft tires and he has 8 laps to go. Can he catch? Can he bring that gap up and make the difference? Christian Bishop now in the pit lane as well. He'll be switching to softs for sure. Started on the mediums. Looks like that is the combination today, is medium to soft. And the little graphic didn't change. You guys are fun to race with. That is a soft compound tire, I promise you. We'll see it change. Chris Springer trying to make something out of it, but he is still 15 seconds back as Christian comes out of the pits. Chris Springer has P2 over Morgan Teggy. It looks like this is going to be our 1-2 unless Morgan can really reel him in. 9 seconds the gap back to third. 14.8 for Christian out front. Chris Springer is definitely quick on these soft compound tires. He had the quickest lap of the race last week. They are on the soft tires. They are on the final laps of the race. They have the lightest amount of fuel so far of the race. These laps will be quick. There goes Morgan with a 1:17.8, followed by Chris with a 1:17.9. Now that those soft tires getting heated up, they are really starting to put down some laps. Fast laps by John Downey, fast laps by Theo Bishop. This is fast lap time. Christian will probably do it again as well. Can these guys close up the gap? Is there enough time? They're starting lap number 27 now. We've got 7 to go. As he crosses the line, the gap 15.6. The gap is starting to grow. 15.5. It's close. It's holding close. Can Chris Springer reel him in 7 laps? My guess, he doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have enough track. Morgan gets by the lap traffic as they come down the front straightaway with some DRS to help him out. That is going to give him a little advantage. as he gets by Ed Smith at the start of the front stretch, using DRS to catch up. And now Chris Springer 8 seconds. Adam Novotny 6 behind. Christian Bishop out front, 24 seconds the gap to P3 with Morgan. Only 15 seconds the gap to second spot. Chris Springer coming down to the wire with just a few laps to go. These are red compound tires. They show yellow on the screen, but that's an iRacing glitch. Christian does have the red compound tires on after 25 laps on those yellows. I guess iRacing after that long didn't want to change the color. With this gap right here, I believe the championship will be so close. Right now, Morgan Teggy leads by 7 points. Christian Bishop in second, Chris Springer in third in the points championship. This will shuffle it. Will they hold the same positions after the points get posted later on this week? We'll be looking for lots of different things. They look at penalties. They look at race craft and race, if there's any advantage gained. These guys running really smooth out here. Christian is definitely has this race in hand. Chris Springer now 17 seconds. Christian can probably run some nice smooth laps, save those red tires till the end. Not push too hard. He's got plenty of a gap to P2. But knowing Christian, he won't wait. He'll just push as hard as he can. Right to the edge every lap until he gets to the finish. He's finishing up lap number 28, coming around for the start of 29. And that'll be 5 to go this time by. Down into the chicane. Across turn 16 and down the front stretch. Clicks the clock to lap 29, and he has 5 laps to go. Chris Springer, 17 seconds back. Is Morgan making any ground? The gap, 8 seconds. Morgan has pulled away slightly from his teammate Adam Novotny, also 8.5 seconds behind Morgan. It looks like Morgan's on track for a podium here. It will help his championship efforts, but it's not going to be what he wanted. He definitely wanted to be on the top step of that podium today. Ed Smith, after some bumpy starts, now in P7. It's got quite a gap to P6 up to John Downey. He's not going to be able to catch him. John and Ed both lapped down to the leaders. John Downey, newcomer on the racetrack. Welcome, John. Solid in P6. I don't think he's got any chance of losing that one. And then the questionable battle. Here it is. Kelly Bishop on those soft compound tires. Adam Novotny on the hards. Four laps to go this time by as they come. Well, they're still kind of working the 5 laps to go. So at the beginning of the lap, but 4.5 seconds the gap to Adam. He is closing it down with those soft compound tires. Adam not able to get the good run on the hard compounds. He did pit early, lap 17. He was one of the earliest to pit. Let's go back here, though. This is Morgan, or this is Brandon, and he has caught Theo Bishop. Brandon went in early. Sorry, keep saying Morgan. Locks him up into turn 10 here. Oh, and has a little bobble. That's going to hurt. He drops about a half a second with that. But he is trying to get P8 away from Theo Bishop. Trying to wrestle that away. Not doing it yet. Does look like he's faster on those mediums. And Theo running, I believe, on the softs. Brandon went in early. Oh, no, he went in early and switched to hard tires. That's right. There it is right there. He went in on lap 2 after just 1 lap on the mediums and switched to the hards. Theo went 22 laps on the medium, and now he is on the softs. Brandon is catching. And this is for position. He'll have DRS on the front stretch this time. Should be able to complete that pass. Or a DRS on the short chute, sorry. He's close enough now with an 9/10 of a second gap. He's going across the stripe here in just a second. If he can hold that 0.8, 0.7 seconds. There's the stripe right there. So he is close enough to get DRS down turn after turn 9 here. Wing open. And he will be trying to catch here again. Might be able to complete this pass. Chris Tartamella has retired from the race. Chris, tough run tonight. Tough track. Tough run. Sorry to see you drop out. But that is expected from at least one driver here. This track is torture. Lots of twists, lots of turns. DRS zone right there. Half a second now the gap. Brandon's got the wing open coming down. This will be for P8 if Brandon can make it stick. He's got the run down the front stretch. It looks like he's got him to the inside into the braking zone and takes away the position with only 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go for these guys. Let's go back up to the front and see how we're doing. Christian definitely in control here. 18 seconds the gap back to second place. He has just 2 laps to go. Just crossed the start-finish line. 2 to go. 2 to go for Christian Bishop, the leader of this Formula One Grand Prix race in Catalunya in Barcelona. The question now, Morgan Teggy looking for every point he can get. He wants them all, but he is still 6 seconds behind P2. Christian Bishop as he crosses the line down into turn 1. 6 seconds the gap. Just don't think he's going to be able to do it. The gap holding strong at 6.5 seconds between second and third place. Chris looks like he's got this one for a P2 spot, although he locks him up there going into turn 5. One of the toughest corners on this racetrack. Hopefully that didn't hurt the tires. With only 2 to go, Christian with a monstrous lead at this point. Coming down through turn 13, through the chicane, across the start-finish line for the white flag. Here he comes across the line. 1 lap to go for our leader. Possibly be able to take the points. Will he get the points lead back? It's possible. He's going to get all points tonight. He has the fastest lap. He has the lead. We'll see, and he has led a lap. We'll see if he is the one that takes it all tonight. Can somebody get that fast lap? Here is a pass. That's not for position. Todd Schwartz letting these guys go. Letting the leaders go by here with 1 to go. Christian out front. John Downey now in P6, a lap down to the leader. That tells you how quickly these guys are running. That P5 is holding on to the end of the lead lap. Here comes Christian down into the hairpin at turn 10. Just a few more corners to go. And he will be seeing the checkered flag this time by. Across the chicane for the last time. Here he goes across the line, down through turn 16 and into the win. Gets another victory. That's 3 for Christian. 3 wins on the season. Great job for Christian. That was quite a run. Had it from the drop of the green. Here comes more Chris Springer in P2. Coming across the line right behind John Downey. He'll have some DRS for the start-finish line. And there goes Chris across the line. Morgan now comes across in P3. Probably not the run he wanted, but a good recovery. Even though he was running with those hard compound tires throughout the race, that did not look like the way to do it. But still managed to get P3. Adam holds off Kelly Bishop and comes across in P4. Kelly Bishop in the 69. Coming around the chicane for the last time right now. He is going to end up in P5. And that is your lead lap cars. That was the race. Great run by Christian Bishop tonight. Wow, what a group. What a great effort. And we'll see if he comes around. They're supposed to come around and park on the front stretch for a little photo shoot. Photo time! See if we can get that to go. as Christian waits for the other guys to catch up with him. Chris Springer right there in second, Morgan in third. They're all right together, and they will be coming around for that photo op on the front stretch. Congrats to our winner, Christian Bishop. Played the medium/soft compound. You know, we've watched a lot of races this season, and that medium soft or soft medium, that seems to be the way to run it in this series with the half distance races that they run. I'm not sure you need to run those hard compound tires. Morgan tried it and did not work out for him. Ends up in P3. Chris Springer with a great run tonight and finishes in P2. Let's see if I can get some more stuff off of here. Last lap, and there they are. 1, 2, and 3. Great job, guys. Nice win for Christian. We will get some info from these guys. Let me see if I can go get them into the booth here. There's Christian right there. We'll go down and talk to him. Hey, Christian, this is Ron up in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Exhausted.
Man, you had the compound trick done tonight. You guys, you did it. Mediums off the start, softs to the finish. You and Chris both did that, and that seemed to be the way to run it. So good job tonight on the win.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have more tire issues, but the mediums just never fell off in the race. I was not getting them to go that far in practice, so not sure if it was track state or what, but they went forever.
Yeah, you had a really good run. That was impressive to watch. Didn't have anybody to even come close to challenging you tonight. So congrats on the win, man. That was great.
Thanks, dude. It was a lot of fun. I love this track.
Yeah. We'll have to see how the points roll out. You dropped back in the points after last week not being there. But that puts you on even keel with the other ones in the top. You, Chris, and Morgan all have 6 races counted now. And the points were 14 was the gap between first and third when we started the race. So we'll see where it ends. I think it's going to tighten up even more. So nice run.
Yeah, hoping we got enough to get back up to the top. But we'll see.
We'll see. It was a 7-point difference. I don't think you have 7 points between first and second. If you're running true F1 points, you'd have enough. But
yeah,
you got
true.
But Morgan managed to sneak off that extra 1 point. Morgan, how's it going? P3 tonight. Got the fastest lap of the race, but not the finish he was looking for when the green flag dropped.
Definitely not, but that is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, my biggest mistake was choosing the hards. I thought we were potentially going to be out there with enough degradation to where people might have to two-stop that started on mediums, but that was the wrong call.
I assumed the same thing, dude. I thought I was going to go medium hards. That was my initial thought, and the mediums just never fell off.
Yeah, I saw how deep you went in there on the mediums. I was like, oh my god, this was a mistake.
Yeah, I was also considering starting on the hards. So, I mean, given the way that the practice and quality tire degradation looked, it didn't even seem like that. It didn't seem like a bad decision at the time.
Yeah, well, and I had some bad data going into it. Unfortunately, almost the entire practice session, I was on full race fuel at 225 pounds or whatever it is.
Oh.
So all my data was bad, so just kind of sent it. But you know, it's fun. I'll take it. Definitely sorry to Kelly. I got a little frustrated. I will say Alonso handled it better last week than I did because looking at the replay, it's almost identical. But it is what it is.
It was. I just went back and looked at it too. He kind of floated in the middle of the track, and
that was Theo. Yeah,
that was Theo. It's all good. It's.
I said Kelly. My bad. Yeah.
It was a Bishop. There's too many of us in here to.
Listen, it's racing. Happens.
Just so you know, Morgan, we did replay that on the air for you, so it's out there in full color. Sorry, so looks good.
Was fun.
But Chris,
you know what?
Good run for you. P2 tonight. Got the tire strategy right.
Yeah, it worked out. I was able to get some laps clicked off there on the softs and kind of keep a cushion behind me, and The tire dag after that wasn't bad enough for Morgan to get too close. So, although I didn't really have to pass him properly, so I had a little shunt before that, and I was just fortunate to get around him.
Yeah. It was a good run for P2. You definitely had the right call on tires, and I think that was the big thing tonight. Was it wasn't just pace, because Morgan, you had the fastest lap, so you were out there, you had the pace. It was just that the tire choice seemed to make the difference. And so far this season, every race we've run so far, we've had either a soft medium compound or a medium soft compound to take the race. So it's been great watching it all season long. When you started on the hards, Morgan, I thought, well, man, he's looking for tire dag. We're going to see if we can get around halfway, see if he's gaining on him. And Christian was still pulling away. So it just didn't work out.
Nope. But hey, that's how we learn, right?
Yeah, it was a great race, fun to watch. Thanks for dropping in the booth here at the end of the race to say hi to the fans. We got a couple of them out there. Will Edwards was tuning in. I was kind of hoping Bob would join us, hoping he's getting better. Best wishes to him and his recovery. I thought maybe he'd be on the air with us, but I don't think he made it.
Yeah, he didn't make it, but it's all good. He's still in recovery mode, so
yeah,
hoping
for
he
sure.
Gets well soon,
Yeah, we all wish him the best. So, well, thanks everybody. We're gonna drop off of here. We're gonna close our stream down, but I appreciate you guys jumping in, and we'll call it a night. So, thanks all.
Hey, have a good night.
All right, well, that's the winners, first, second, third. That was Christian Bishop out in front, Chris Springer with a P2, and Morgan Teggy P3. That finishes up our broadcast tonight. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV on behalf of Procraft Formula One Racing Series, Stair Fittings Incorporated, and Grandpa'sKitchen.com. We say goodnight, and as always, be safe out there. Do not race on the road. Do not race in real life on the street. Please do not do that. Get home safely to all those that care about you. Race on the track. If you don't have a track, grab a computer and race here with us at iRacing. Good night, all. Good to see everybody again. Hope everybody had a great time. I did. We'll see you on the next one. And here we go with the Procraft Racing intro once again.